Hello everybody. In this reading we're going to be getting some messages from the divine partner who you will eventually wed. So we're going to be getting their perspective on a few things. We're going to be finding out why they fell in love with you, why they chose to marry you, why the two of you are right for each other, and we'll also get a message of encouragement to them for how you can continue on your journey and prepare yourselves for this eventual union. And we'll also get some divine guidance from Spirit. Now keep in mind, this might be someone you already know. It might be someone you haven't met yet. So we're just getting these messages from this person, basically from the future. So, you know, these are their feelings and what they would want to say to you, you know, from the perspective of the two of you already having come into this marital union. And they just want to tell you, you know, why they fell for you, why they married you, and why you all are right for each other. So we have 3 reading options. The first here is, it has a white, all selenite is white. It has a selenite heart on the top. The second option is a little Ganesh statue. And the third is a little bird's nest ornament with some clear quartz. So those are your 3 options. Timestamps will be in the description area and also at the top of the comments list. So take a moment and intuitively connect with which reading you feel is right for you. And then you can go on to your timestamp. All right, this is the reading for people who chose number 1, the selenite heart. So we have unrequited love, Queen of Earth, Knight of Air, and Ace of Water. So why did they fall in love with you? I feel like this is a story where they may have felt for some time that you didn't return their affection. So they may have actually had feelings for you for a long time, and perhaps they didn't act on them, or if they did act on them, maybe you just weren't interested at first. And they always knew that you were someone who was very valuable, that you would make a good spouse. I think that for a long time, they really thought of you as like, wow, if I could have that person as my life partner, as my spouse, then that would be amazing. It would fulfill all of my hopes and dreams. This would be the perfect spouse. So I feel like there must have come a time when this person realized that they did have an opportunity with you. And I feel like they rushed in as soon as they felt like maybe you do actually love me in return. I think that's when they really made their boldest move, and they really went forward, you know, to try to attain you, to pursue you. But the question is, why did they fall in love with you? I think they fell in love with you partly because they knew that the love was there, that they knew their love for you was so strong, and they knew that you were worth it. They just always knew that you were worth it, that if they had ever had the opportunity with you, that it would totally be worth it. They just saw you as the perfect spouse. So that's why they fell in love with you. I also feel like they really connected to you intellectually. They had a lot of respect for your intellect. And also you made them feel loved in some way. So they could see that you were a very caring and loving person. Even if they thought that maybe you didn't return their romantic affections at some time, I think they always knew that you were a nice person, and then they could kind of tell that you had a soft spot for them in some way, or like that you just cared about their well-being or something. I also feel like part of why they fell in love with you is because they had to work for it. And because they had to work for it, they knew that what they worked for was valuable, you know, like they knew you were a real catch. All right, so the next question is, why did they choose to marry you? We've got free yourself. Why did they choose to marry you? Wow. Past lives, nothingness, the outsider. They chose to marry you because in some way it symbolized to them taking back control of their life. So this may have been someone whose relationship choices or marital choices were controlled, or they felt like other people were influencing their choices in life. And somehow they felt with you that they would be safer, to just be who they really are. But also, if there is anything holding them back, like sometimes, family members can influence our choices of partner and things like that. It might have been that they had to overcome that in order to be with you. But I feel like the connection to you was so strong that it forced them to free themselves from something. Something in their life had always kept them feeling controlled or reined in. And they wanted to marry you because they knew that there was something beyond that, what was keeping them held back in life. It's like, this guy, he's looking past this fence and there's all of these beautiful colors. Like, I don't know how well it's showing up, but these beautiful pastel rainbow colors here in the background. I feel like this person, again, they had to work. Like, they had to overcome a lot of obstacles to marry you. And they did that because they knew that it would be such a beautiful life, that nothing would hold them back anymore. They also married you because you have a past life connection, and there's something about that past life connection that also influenced them to move towards you in this lifetime. That there's just a sense, there's a strong soul bond, and there was something that was incomplete from a previous lifetime. I feel like also they needed to make something right from a past lifetime that you shared. And this might be part of the reason why they had so many obstacles to be with you in this lifetime. Because that was, maybe part of their karma, part of their spiritual lessons that they had to learn. So why are the two of you right for each other? Well, they definitely feel, like I said, that you are soulmates of some kind. You definitely have a very strong soul connection. I guess I forgot to pull this card out before, so it'll just come with this question. The source. So this deck is, it's a Steampunk Tarot. There's another one out there that I think is more well-known, which I actually have also, but I'm missing a lot of cards from it. Anyway, let's get the cards out here. So this is, why are the two of you right for each other? Well, I think you're both very bold. You both are kind of rebellious. I'm definitely getting that feeling. Like we said before, there's an intellectual connection. You also both definitely fuel each other, like your lower chakras, the root, sacral, and solar plexus chakras are very strongly engaged, when the two of you come together. So you're both you make each other very grounded, but also there's a lot of passion. You give each other more self-confidence in life. You're hearing my cat meowing in the background, in case you're wondering what that is. I also feel like, you guys, I feel like you have some shared ideals too about society and like things that you want to create, values that you want to uphold in life, things that you feel are worth standing up for. And again, there's just this feeling of the two of you really had to overcome a lot in order to bring this relationship and this marriage together to begin with. So it's sort of like, your karmic reward is the beautiful life that you get to share once you do achieve that. I also feel like you all are meant to come together because this is someone who has a lot of anxiety. They definitely get stressed out a lot. And I feel like you are meant to bring them a clearer vision of life. That maybe life, there's no reason to be so stressed out all the time. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. So I think the most important question, though, is that, or the most important answer here is just, because you've been through so much, not just in this lifetime, but I think there are other lifetimes where there have been struggles. Just, you are right for each other because being together allows you finally to experience the bliss that is your reward for working through all of these spiritual lessons along the way. So what's this person's message of encouragement for how you can continue to proceed in life and sort of prepare yourself for eventually finding this person or being with them, forming this union? Because it does look like for you guys especially, it's going to be kind of hard. So what are their words of encouragement? Well, the first card here is trust. They want you to trust that they are out there somewhere. They want you to trust that they're out there. Trust that you're loved and that you're deserving of love. They also want you to trust that you will successfully be married to them, your eventual divine partner that you'll marry. They just want you to have faith, basically. Have faith that this will happen, Maybe you're starting to think that it will never happen, or it happens for other people, but it doesn't happen for me. They're saying it will happen for you. It will happen for us, they're saying. I think they also just want to tell you how much you mean to them. And like I said, some of you might not even know each other yet. But again, this is from their perspective of, them once the two of you are married. They're speaking to you from that perspective to where you are now. Hopefully that makes sense. I feel like they also are wanting to tell you that you're so loving and you always went out of your way to make them feel loved and cared for. And like they want you to know that there are going to be times in your all's journey together, once you are together and you're trying to figure it out, or you at least know each other and you're trying to figure it out. They say there are going to be times when I'm going to come across as really emotionally mature. They're saying, I try also to be there for you emotionally in the ways that I know how, but I don't have the same emotional intelligence that you do. They're saying, like, you really give me so much emotionally, and I appreciate that. And I try. They're saying, like, I try to do the same for you. Like, I want to be able to be reassuring to you. I want to be able to be comforting to you. But I just don't have the same skills or abilities within the emotional realm as you do. And sometimes that's going to be really frustrating to you. Sometimes that's even going to maybe make you feel like you want to seek love elsewhere. And they want to let you know that, like, whatever you decide along the way, when you come to a place where you're having to make choices, again, they just want you to trust and have faith that you don't necessarily have to choose them. That they love you regardless, even if you don't choose them, or even if you're indecisive along the way. They can definitely see that you might be indecisive along the way. And from their future self and their higher self, maybe if this is someone who knows you right now, maybe they wouldn't have this level of awareness, but they're saying here, like, I understand why I understand why you would maybe want to consider other people, because I am emotionally immature, and that is an area where I definitely still need to grow and improve. But they just want you to have faith. They feel like the best thing for you to do to come together into this divine partnership eventually is to have faith that really you can't make the wrong choice, that your love story is divinely guided, and you deserve and you will have a divine partner marriage that is loving and that brings you all of the rewards that you deserve for all of the hard work you've put in to get there. So that's their message of encouragement. So let's finish up with some spiritual guidance. So guidance from your spirit guides. We have White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit, Diana, Focused Intention. So she's saying, think about what you desire, set your sights high, expect the best possible outcome. So yeah, like really think about like what's the best possible outcome for a marriage you can imagine. Like what would it be like to be in the best possible marriage for you? What would that feel like? What would it look like? You know, and keep the faith that you will have that. Whatever you can envision, you'll have that best possible outcome or better. And that's the mindset you need to have, that you deserve that and you will have that best possible outcome in marriage or better. White Eagle is telling you, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. So they do also want you to continue like healing, family wounds, family patterns that are not conducive to having a happy marriage. You know, maybe you have a family history of people not marrying happily or in a way that it's as uplifting or good for everyone involved. Or maybe there are other family patterns or wounds that need to be healed. But I feel like they're saying they can tell that you've already been doing this work and they want you to keep it up. It's not easy work to be doing. But you are encouraged to keep up with that because that is going to help prepare you for this marriage. We have False Indigo, Immersion and Intuition. When you reach the end of what you should know, you will be at the beginning of what you should sense. Khalil Gibran, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. So also connect more to your intuition. You know certain things, and maybe you're one of those people who analyzes and works things over in your head and tries to figure them out intellectually, and they're saying that's fine. That's going to bring you some answers and insights for sure, and you shouldn't deny what your rational mind is telling you. I feel like they want you to try to reach a little bit beyond the rational mind into the intuitive mind. And that's going to bring answers to you as well that are going to continue to help guide you along your path. They want you to be connected to your higher self. We also have Phlox, Unanimity and Harmony. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe, Marcus Aurelius. So yeah, they definitely want you to be more at peace with yourself. Like if you can't love yourself, if you cannot accept yourself, then it's going to be very difficult to come into a divine partnership where you expect the other person to do that for you. If you can't do it for yourself, you can't really expect someone else to either. So focus on self-love, focus on continuing to heal those wounds, stay in touch with your higher self, and set your sights high. Expect the best, the very possible best, even better than what you yourself can envision. Know and trust that the universe has great things in store for you, and trust that that will all be fulfilled. And all you have to do is continue to do your healing, continue to be in touch with your higher self, and love yourself. All right, so guys, I hope that you got something helpful out of that reading. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you later. Bye, guys. All right, for people who chose reading number 2, this is your reading. So the first question we're asking is, why did this person fall in love with you to begin with? This eventual divine partner who you'll eventually marry. We have attraction, 10 of water, strength, and 8 of fire. Well, they definitely were just strongly attracted to you from the very beginning. We have the attraction card, and then the 8 of fire or the 8 of wands is also a card of like having a strong physical attraction, but I also feel like it's more than that. We also have the strength card, which also speaks to me of like physical passion, but it's more than just physical passion. It's like passion from the heart space. Like you really ignited something within them. And also they just could tell, like they could just tell that if they got to be with you in a marriage, that you all would really make each other happy. So for you guys, the answer is pretty simple. They fell in love with you because they were so strongly attracted. They had all of this love for you, and that they could tell that the two of you would be able to build a loving, happy life together, perhaps a happy family life if the two of you are wishing to have kids, but definitely a happy life. And you give them, they felt like you were someone who could give them a lot of strength in life, and vice versa, that the two of you could both really strengthen and encourage each other to fulfill all of your goals. And they felt like they would be able to face all of life's challenges with you by their side. They also felt like you helped them to become a better person, that there were certain aspects of their life that they didn't really want to let go of, even though those things weren't necessarily good for them. But you allowed them to let go of those things and really tune into their best self. So that's why they fell in love with you. Why did they choose to marry you? Well, this is interesting. We have a tiger here on the strength card. Normally the strength card has a lion on it, but in this deck it's a tiger, and we have a tiger here as well. So the tiger spirit animal might be prominent here. And I think the primary message of tiger is eyes on the prize. Like looking for that victory. Okay, so the question is, why did this person choose to marry you? Well, they did feel like in some way the two of you had a positive influence on each other's financial and career life. But they also felt very alone. Like I feel like this person felt very alone. Also, we see this guy moving towards the finances career. Like they felt very alone in their search for, maybe in their search for what career was right for them. My cat's here in the room, so she's up on her cat tree. You'll probably hear her meowing throughout the reading. So just to let you know, that's what that is. But yeah, they felt lonely and in search of something. And I kind of feel like there's some sense of connecting to you through finances and career. So this guy's moving towards her. Her arm is leaning out towards him. So I feel like there's something about finances and career that bring the two of you together into marriage. That the two of you are able to create some sort of successful life together. Maybe you even, this wouldn't be your reason for marrying exactly, I guess, but it could be that the two of you are like a power couple as well. And so being married just made sense because you're meant to be partners in more than just one way. Yeah, this person has definitely experienced a lot of pain in their life. They've felt a lot of loneliness. And I feel like they had this feeling that marrying you would just bring them so much greater success. I also am having the feeling that they've seen you succeed a lot in life. I think before they ever felt like they were successful themselves, they saw you succeeding a lot. It kind of made them realize that they had to make some sort of leap of faith within their own life regarding pursuing their life purpose. I think you helped this person to come to their own life purpose. And for that, they felt like, yeah, why wouldn't I want to marry this person? They've done so much for me. They've really inspired me. We can actually create wonderful things together. And beyond that, you kept them from feeling this sense of aloneness. I feel like this is someone who, even when they were with other people, like they always kind of felt alone somehow. And with you, that emptiness was filled. They didn't feel so empty and alone anymore and in pain. You soothed them in some way. And I feel like, so my lights that I use are, I don't know if you notice the lights dimming. It's not a sign. Well, maybe if you want to take it that way it is, but I wish they would plug into the wall. Instead they use batteries, and I can never tell when the battery is going to go out. It's frustrating. But anyway, I think we have enough light, so that's fine. But anyway, now I forgot what I was saying. I think this is someone who, like, maybe they've been hurt a lot in love as well. And, you know, I think some of them may have preferred to, like, stay single or to be on their own more. But there was something about you, like, any kind of fears of commitment that they had as well. Somehow they just knew that they could take that leap of faith with you and they would be okay. They just knew that they would be okay. And they wouldn't have to be so unhappy anymore. You made them not have to be so unhappy. You made them feel comfortable taking that leap of faith. All right, so what's the next question? Why are the two of you right for each other? Healing family issues. Okay. This is a Steampunk Tarot deck. Leviathans are pentacles and engines are wands. So 6 of Wands is coming up again. You've had that before in the last question. You make each other more successful, that is for sure. And again, there's this sense of the two of you maybe working together, like towards some shared goal or shared life purpose. I feel like you both really inspire each other. The two of you could have some family issues regarding money, so maybe you help each other heal those. There could be other family issues as well that need to be healed, and the two of you love each other in such a way that assists in that healing process. But also if either of you come maybe from poverty, or you just had to struggle a lot, or there was some sort of financial issues related to your family that needed to be healed, I feel like the two of you really help each other through that, because you can see with each other that, wow, I can actually have a solid financial life. I can actually be successful. I can be in charge of my financial and career life and really do important things and be really successful. Yeah, so again, I definitely get power couple vibes. There's a lot of love here too, because we had that 10 of water before. So it's not just all about that, of course. You definitely soothe this person and keep them from feeling so alone. So it's not just that. But I feel like for both of you, it's actually pretty important to have someone in your life who helps you to heal these fears that you couldn't be successful, or these wounds regarding not having enough money or not being able to live out your life purpose or something like that. So I feel like the two of you are right for each other, because together you can have a very purpose-driven life. You know, it's not just about clocking in and clocking out, but the two of you can actually really be in control of your financial success in a way that's very meaningful to both of you, and that gives you both this sense of determination in life, that you can overcome anything and really prosper and do great things. Okay. So what's this person's message of encouragement for you so that you can prepare yourself for this eventual coming together into marriage? I think this is the second time the Hermit's come up. Let's Let's see, Three of Pentacles coming up again for the second time. Lots of repeating cards in this particular stack. Okay. Okay, so we have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take with the High Priestess and the Hermit. Yeah, they want to reassure you. And again, I said this before, but like this may or may not be someone you already know, but they're speaking to you from the future to your current present self. That's the perspective that they're coming from. So we're getting information from their higher self, from the future, what kind of encouragement they would want to give you. And so they're saying that both of you currently, where you are right now, that you're both being called in certain ways, that you're both being guided to take certain actions that will eventually lead to the two of you coming together. So part of their word of encouragement is they're saying, you are so intuitive, you are so enlightened. You know, they're saying both of us really need to focus on doing that inner work, being connected to that guidance so that we can continue to make these steps. So the effort that we need to take is just to be in touch with, you know, those steps that we're being guided to take in our life as it relates to each other, as it relates to other areas of our lives as well, because we both want to be in the best position, the best frame of mind when we do come together. We want to be our best selves. So we're being guided to take certain steps in order to become our best selves. Let's see. Okay, I had to pause the video a moment to kind of get the message. I feel like they're also saying, like, you do really inspire them to overcome their fears. And, you know, we have the High Priestess and the Moon here. These are both very highly psychic cards, cards about the unknown. When they come up together, there's definitely a very strong, like, there's probably a very psychic connection between the two of you, for one thing. But they are, I feel like they're saying, for one thing, I think that they can tell that there are going to be other people who you encounter in your life who are very significant to you, like, you know, romantic connections, loves of your life. Like, you might be that type of person who has more than one love in your life, like not just one true love, but maybe multiple true loves. And I kind of feel like they want you to feel okay with that. And they're also saying, like, again, about following that guidance. If you feel guided in some way to collaborate or work with some true love of yours, like they feel like that might be part of your path to get to them in a way. Like maybe that's an experience that you have to have. I'm also getting this encouragement that they know that you've had a lot of fears and a lot of sorrow regarding your love life as well, and maybe just in your life in general. Like they're very aware, and they kind of feel like, you know, they sense that you've had a lot of true loves. Like you have a very big heart. You know, like you're very kind of like you connect to like this cosmic mother kind of energy. They think that a lot of people are attracted to you because you have this strong, like, just kind of like this intense, feminine moon quality to you. Or you're sort of mesmerizing and people can't ever truly figure you out. But they're saying, like, people come to you and they need you and they want what you have to offer in terms of love, in terms of that mysterious quality that you have, that kind of cosmic mother, cosmic consciousness, you know, the divine feminine, I guess. They think people are very drawn to that, and they want these true loves and other people, they want to drink of your love. They want to partake of your love. But this person, it's like they know that there's something that you need. Like they want to give you what you need. And I feel like, again, this has been a very like focused on finances, but I feel like they can sense at some level that kind of is what you need. Like, they feel like other people, not that they want to knock anyone down, but they do feel like maybe some of the other true loves you've experienced in your life have wanted to just take of you emotionally because you provide so much emotional abundance. And they feel like what you really need is someone who can provide you with financial security, financial abundance, but also just financial security. And like this, they feel like you have so many skills and abilities and talents, and they want to provide you with avenues to express all of that as well, or like provide you the safety net so that you can express all of that. It's just important for them, I think, to know that you feel safe in the world and very grounded. And I also want, I think that they can tell as well that you've experienced maybe a lot of people who've been possessive, and who wanted to be the center of your universe, like this King of Wands, like people who could maybe be possessive or controlling, because you are like this beautiful enigma, and people feel like, like you hear stories about these fables or whatever about capturing the moon or like pulling the moon down. I feel like they think that you've encountered a lot of, romantic partners or love interests who wanted to do that to you. Like you were like the moon, and these people wanted to own you in a way. And this person wants you to feel safe and secure. So they don't want to own you. They want to give you a solid foundation in which to flourish. And they're just saying, I respect you as a human being. I respect the fact that you have this big heart and you have a lot of love to give. That doesn't mean like having affairs or whatever, but they know that your heart is big and that that there are always going to be people who you care about and who you have this deep abiding love for. And this is someone who actually is secure enough within themselves to be okay with that, unlike some of the other experiences that you've had. So I kind of feel like in terms of words of encouragement, they're saying like, you don't need to deny the beauty of who you are anymore. Like you are this huge heart. You have this beautiful heart. And it's a heart that is brimming and full of love, which is why so many people are drawn to you. And they're saying, why should anyone ever ask you to close off portions of your heart? They're saying, I would never do that to you. And I want to encourage you to keep your heart open and to continue to be this beautiful, loving person. And to realize, we're meant to be connected in life to people who bring joy to us. And we're meant to bring joy to other people. And being in a marriage with someone shouldn't restrict your ability simply to love and care for other people. That's not what a marriage is about to this person. So that's the encouragement I get. Let's get some guidance from Spirit. We get Lady Portia, Archangel Michael. I know a lot of you just love working with Archangel Michael. I do too. I often ask when I'm driving, I'm like, Archangel Michael, please protect me. Please protect my loved ones on the road today, that kind of thing. Okay. So Lady Portia says, do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Yeah, I think this has been kind of a lot of the message here, taking the steps you're guided to take. Do what you feel is right. Again, like she's got this beautiful, looks like an orchid in her heart space. Again, like love. Like it's okay to have like this fullness of love for other human beings. You know, you don't have to shut off your heart just to be in a marriage. And maybe you felt like that before, that you felt that you would have to do that. You'd have to shut certain people out of your life, end certain friendships, even if these were friends that you cared about. You know, that someone else might be, that it might make a partner insecure if you maintained a friendship with someone you cared about or something like that. If they saw that person as like a romantic threat or something. But this is like, do what you feel is right. It's right to have love for people. It's right to be able to express, hey, I care about you. I want the best for you. So keep your heart open. We also have lilac, first emotions of love. Lots of beautiful lavender and pink energy. Love is the magician that pulls man out of his own hat. Interesting. So yeah, I feel like just continuing to have this full expression of love for people is like an act of magic that's going to help bring about this divine union. We also have hyacinth, playfulness. Play is the royal road to childhood happiness and adult brilliance. Yeah, so be in touch with that sense of playfulness. I think that you guys are very serious people. You're very intuitive. You're very emotional people, definitely. And I think that Spirit wants you to be just more in touch with playfulness and lightheartedness, and not to feel so burdened or, just don't let life feel like such a burden. You know, life is meant to be enjoyed. And the more you can get into this mindset as well, the more that you're going to manifest that for yourself in terms of your marriage, which will be a playful, lighthearted, loving marriage. We also have Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. So yeah, there's a lot in this about just trusting your guidance, trusting that things are going to work out in the end. So that's beautiful. All right, guys, so I hope that you've gotten a lot out of this message. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys. Hey, everybody who chose reading number 3, which was the bird's nest and the clear quartz. The first question we're going to be asking is, why did this person, your divine partner that you'll eventually marry, why did they fall in love with you? So we have the soulmate card. We have 3 of fire, 9 of fire, and page of earth. Well, I feel like they just felt this call to you. They fell in love with you because you are a soulmate of theirs. So they already loved you before they even met you in this particular incarnation. There's just a deep soul connection between the two of you. And I feel like they could sort of tell that there was something special there, even if they wouldn't be the kind of person to use the term soulmate or believe in past lives. They could just tell that there was something there, like they felt drawn to you. They also just felt like they see you as someone who really has a lot of courage and believes in yourself. And they definitely fell in love with that aspect of you. Like, they see you as someone who, it doesn't really matter how many struggles you face in life, you always overcome them. You're very bold. You're very brave. You're not going to let any setback cause you to give up on achieving your success in life. And I feel like they have seen you as someone who's been very determined to make their mark in the world. And I think that they see that maybe you had to start out small, like you didn't maybe have a lot of resources in your life to build upon, but you were just so determined. They might feel like you were someone who is always very smart. You're very dependable, a very responsible person, but also very fiery and passionate about life. They see you as someone who is going to accomplish your goals, and you're not going to let anything stop you. And you're someone who has a long-term vision for what you want to create in your life as well. So I kind of feel like they fell in love with you just because of who you are, because you have this wonderful approach to life. And I also feel like, in a way, part of why they fell in love with you is because they're like, you don't need them. You don't need anybody. Which isn't to say that you don't have a very active social life, because I think that you do inspire a lot of people, and you uplift a lot of people. But at the same time, like, you're just so serious about being determined. You're very determined about achieving all that you're setting out to achieve in the world. And they just love this. So that's why they fell in love with you. So why did they choose to marry you? We have the Deception card coming up. Let's see what the tarot says. Ripeness, which is the Nine of Pentacles. Flowering. This is also Pentacles, one of the court cards, and I'm not sure which one. But anyway. Awareness and understanding. Okay. So why did they choose to marry you? With this Deception card and then the awareness, I feel like somehow you have helped them to see themselves more clearly. This might be someone who was wearing a false mask in life, and they didn't even realize it. They didn't even realize they were walking around in the world unawakened. They didn't even realize how much they were pretending, but I feel like until they met you, it's like you brought them to their full ripeness, because they could see that you were like a fully actualized human being. Again, the nine of, a lot of nines here. Like you have experienced a lot, and you're someone who can complete cycles. And I think that you inspire them to complete their own spiritual lessons and journeys in life. But yeah, the Nine of Pentacles is someone who, they're able to create their own abundance and fulfill themselves. So if somebody comes along and offers them marriage and has the right, can really offer them something on top of what they've already built. They don't need anything from anyone else in order to feel complete. So you don't need anyone to feel complete, and they know this about you. But to me, the Nine of Pentacles is someone who, they don't have to have a partner in order to feel successful and happy. But if someone wants to come along and give them that 10th pentacle, something that they don't already possess or have, then sure, like, you can add to what I already have. So they see you as that. They feel like you're someone who doesn't need them. And I think because of that, it sort of freed them in a sense, because maybe this is someone who had experienced relationships where the other person did expect them to fulfill certain things in their life or to make them whole. And they maybe have tried to put on facades in order to be what someone else needed. With you, they're like, I don't have to be. I'm free. This person understands me. They understand me even better than I understand myself. So that's how they view you. They view you as someone who's freed them, because you see who they really are behind the mask. And they're like, I don't have to wear this mask anymore. And I don't have to make this person happy. They're already happy. They're already fulfilled and abundant. I don't have to do that for them. I can just do that for myself. And then the two of us can come together and really blossom in this authenticity. We can have this genuine, authentic connection where we just really understand and appreciate each other for everything that we bring to the connection. So that's why they chose to marry you. Why are the two of you right for each other, according to this person? So this is a Steampunk Tarot deck. Leviathans are pentacles. Submersibles are cups. And engines are wands. Okay. Past life. There's definitely a lot here about the past, and it might be about past lives, but it also could be the past as it relates to this current lifetime that you all are sharing. I feel like you're right for each other because you share a past, maybe in more ways than once. Like I said, it could be a past life, but also just a past. Maybe you've known each other from childhood or just from an earlier time in your adulthood. But there's something that needs to be cleared from the past. And the two of you are right for each other because you allow each other to clear what needs to be cleared. I feel like you also inspire each other to really overcome any, just to overcome obstacles in life. And it's sort of like the two of you together. Separately, you both kind of struggle a lot. Maybe you even have had to struggle financially in order to become stable. But I feel like together, like you all have this, you have this ability to co-create something new. Like, definitely you, the viewer, are coming across as someone who's been very determined to succeed in life, and you've created abundance for yourself, but you had to work hard to do that. You had to overcome a lot of burdens. And I think your divine partner who's speaking to you in this reading, they have had to do that as well. They've had a lot of burdens and struggles. And I feel like the two of you, you just have this partnership where you make it all better and you make it all just seem easier. And it's like I see these two pathways converging, and these individual pathways were great. The individual journeys that you've experienced apart from each other are great. But then when you come together, you create this new pathway, and it's very inspiring. Like this, Ace of Engines. There's just like this energetic, high vibrational power that is released when the two of you come together. I think that you're both meant to do great things in your lifetimes, and somehow in coming together, it really powers both of you up. It really charges you up. It brings this fire, this fuel. And you've been determined, like I said, but it's like it makes it easier. It's, like you've been struggling to get forward on some not so great fuel in life, but then when this person comes into your life, it's like you're turbocharged, both of you are kind of turbocharged. All right, so what's this person's message of encouragement in order to prepare the way for eventual marriage? We get reconciliation. I definitely feel like this might be someone from your past. It's a lot of confirmations of that. Let's see. Okay. So what is their message of encouragement for you? Get the Ace of Wands coming up again. Okay. I think they're saying they want you to know that by the time the two of you come together into this marital union, which is going to probably involve some sort of reconciliation. So again, this is someone who you'll have a past with. Maybe you have a past with them already, or maybe you will eventually come together with this person and then separate and then have to reconcile. But whatever it is, they're saying that they really had to grow up and be able to see things more clearly before they were able to come to this greater sense of peace in order to have this reconciliation with you and really build something with you in the right way, in a more loving way, because something happened between the two of you at some point on your journey. And for some of you, that's already happened. For some of you, it hasn't happened yet. But anyway, at some point in your journey together in this lifetime, there was some problem between the two of you. And this caused this person to have to go out and grow. We have 2 7 cards here, so they definitely had to learn some spiritual lessons in order to give them greater clarity about who they are and how they've acted, and just to perceive things more clearly, more rationally, less, to have that less of that emotional reactivity. And I think that once they have that greater maturity and they can perceive things more clearly, then they're going to be able to really have, create this sense of peace and reconciliation between the two of you. So I guess in terms of encouragement, if this sounds like someone already from your past, they want to encourage you that they are doing that work that they need to do in order to mature themselves. They're also saying, again, like the two of you have to come together in order to create some new opportunity. You both are pursuing new opportunities separately from each other. I think for a lot of you, this is someone who you already know, and they see you already pursuing these opportunities. And I think seeing you do that is actually part of what's bringing them greater clarity, because they see what you're doing with your life, and they're like, oh, okay, now I can see what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. And I can see the influences in my life that are not so good for me. So this is interesting. So in terms of encouragement, they want to encourage you that they are doing the spiritual growth that is necessary. It's almost like they don't even feel like you need encouragement, because you already are on your path. Like, you're already so wise and determined. Like, nothing is going to stop you from being your best self at all times. So they don't really have to encourage you in that way. It's more like they want to reassure you that they're doing the same, and that you're inspiring them to do the same, to do that same work on themselves. And they do really feel like the two of you are meant to come together and literally or figuratively give birth to something greater than the sum of your parts. But they also know that this is going to require them doing a lot of work towards completing certain cycles in their own life and fulfilling certain spiritual lessons. So they're just saying, I am working on it, and eventually we will reconcile, and I will be able to come towards you in a way that is very peaceful and calm. So what's your spiritual guidance? We have Gaia, Earth connection, be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, stay grounded. Also Lady Venus, downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed, deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. Hibiscus and nasturtium, beautiful red flowers. So this is great root chakra energy. And I feel like, due to circumstances beyond your control, maybe that financial security in life has been something that has been difficult for you to achieve. Gaia as well, like this is root chakra, earth, grounded energy. She says to stay grounded. So I feel like that is a lot of what your guides want to tell you. They want you to continue to stay very grounded. Maybe work on strengthening your root chakra. Imagine, grounding, crystalline grounding cords extending from the bottoms of your feet, spiraling into the earth, down into the core of Mother Earth. They want you to be very connected to Mother Earth's energy, her abundance. Know that Mother Earth always provides everything that we need at all times. Sometimes we can get into a lack perspective where we feel like we don't have what we need. And they want you to be reassured that you are being provided for. And part of the reason they want you to be so grounded as well is because, you're meant to be grounded into the Earth's energy, because there are these downloads and understanding that are coming from, so we have, Mother Earth and also Father Sky. So there are a lot of insights, high level insights, downloads, truth coming down from the astral realm, and you need to be fully grounded and rooted so that you can really receive all of this energy of this high level spiritual insight that's trying to come down into you. I think a lot of you also have a very high psychic connection to, I think you have open, your transpersonal chakras are open, and those are the chakras that extend above the crown chakra that give us access to things like the Akashic records and things like that allow us to receive what people sometimes refer to as, downloads, spiritual downloads. So they want you to be grounded so that you can receive those downloads. So Hibiscus says, beauty and happiness, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. John Keats. They want you to always know how beautiful you are, and that having this strong sense of your innate beauty is such a gift, and it brings so much joy to other people. It really uplifts other people to see you have so much confidence in your beauty and not be afraid to know that you're beautiful and wonderful. Nasturtium says, victory and conquest. He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. So I feel like your guides are seeing you as someone who does primarily focus on mastering yourself, and they are wanting to congratulate you on that. And you really serve as a great example to other people of how to do that, of how to let go of this ego need to control other people, or to ask other people to wear a mask, because your divine partner has felt that they've had to do that with other people before, that they've had to wear a mask. And it's not just your divine partner you do this with, but everyone you come in contact with, you make them feel like it's okay to just be who they are, that who they are is enough, and who they are is beautiful. And this is kind of like less of a guidance and more of a congratulations, I'm feeling like. That your guides are just so proud of you. I also am feeling like there are ancestors coming through for you guys. Your ancestors are so proud of you for just knowing that you're beautiful in a world that is always wanting us to not realize our own beauty. And this makes you a happy person. And that brings so much happiness to other people, and it really uplifts other people and helps other people to see that they're beautiful as well. And that is a certain victory. All right, so that was a really great reading. I hope that you all enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys.